Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hi, welcome. So I think there are a few unpaid, some unfamiliar faces that want to maybe introduce themselves. Hi, Bob. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Lazo.
Darlene Score, Market House Partnerships.
Thank you for coming this morning. She's going to be our speaker. Yay, you made it. No? Anybody else online? No? Nope. And we all know Lazo? Yay! We had a few fun events over the weekend. Ian, want to talk, or Dustin, you're online. Do you want to talk about this Rotary citation or your silly hat?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
I'm turning you up. Go for it.
Give me the thumbs up if you can hear me now.
Oh, no? Oh. Oh.
Yes. No?
Okay. Shout.
Okay, I'll shout it out. So this was Foundation. So the top picture, I wasn't a part of, but it's the Alzheimer's Walk, which is huge for Rotary and Melinda and Rachel, and looks like they had a successful turnout. The bottom picture is me and Salvador. Salvador Rico was the Rotarian of the Year last year, if y'all weren't at the conference. A good friend of mine, and also that's at the Foundation Dinner South. So we have the Foundation Dinner North this Saturday at the Sequoia Center. I think it may be a bit too late to register, but if you really want to go, email me or someone else and you can. Really what that is just celebrating our achievements for giving over the 2021-22 year. And our club was mentioned a lot. Salvador did a lot of contributions, and that's not what I typically wear. That's we were. It was the dinner was themed as Oktoberfest, so we dressed up in our best Oktoberfest gear and celebrated. So that's it. And then the 2021-2002 Rotary Citation Award, we were one of a few clubs that got it in the district. So giant round of applause for Ian and the rest of the club for achieving everything that it took to get the presidential citation from our international president, Shaker Mehta. We are an absolutely outstanding club. If you don't know it, show up to an awards thing. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So if you didn't hear it, which you probably didn't, thank you, Dustin. We were one of two clubs in the district to get this citation for the money we donate. And please, Terry, tell me exactly. We are the second club.
People need to come to the foundation dinner tonight.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, and we'll know. And then next week I'll have some things to show us.
Okay, please. I'm sorry. Okay. And then their theme was Oktoberfest, hence Dustin in the hat. Last weekend, a number of our members participated in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And yeah, that's what those pictures are.
What's the citation?
That was the Secondist Giving Club, and this is what happened. And
it doesn't say anything about it.
I know it doesn't. It gives no details, but we got one.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Okay, for the month of October, the Blood Bank's going to plant a tree for every blood donation or attempted donation. So get the fur, you still get a tree. So thank you. Tell a friend. There are some flyers at the signing table if you want to give them to friends.
Tomorrow, no, Sunday, 2 p.m. if you're not going to see Sarah Bareilles, like I am, go here. 2 o'clock, $7. Sounds like an awesome fellowship opportunity. This is next Wednesday, finally, at the Griffin, 5:30 to 7. If you are a woman looking for other women in Rotary, this is a wonderful opportunity, support group, resources. Yay. Is there a Taste of the Holidays update?
Let's see, I think we're through here. Tables are tight. Everything's kind of going behind the scenes. We need to check in with ticket sales and how that's going. If you guys haven't sold your tickets, now's a great time. Get people involved and let's get them there. The other thing is that normally we're not asking too much for raffle items from the club this year, but we are in need of a raffle item of a Yeti cooler. So if anybody has a Yeti cooler they want to donate or has a way of getting their hands on one, let us know. That would be great. Let's see, what else is there? I am forgetting. Oh, Sign Up Genius. We're going to be sending the Sign Up Genius again. Please peruse it and see if there's just something that you want to do or can help out. It is a all hands on deck, meaning everybody should help out for Taste of the Holidays. So that's it. That's a quick update. Oh, meeting is going to be this Thursday coming up. So at 6 o'clock here at the class.
There's no fellowship that month. We're dark the next week. There's absolutely no reason to not participate all the way through November. We'll skip this. Can't hear it. Backpacks for kids. Thank you, Ian, for picking up. And maybe today take another photo because this is the most recent one I could find. Look at those baby faces. Do we have? Do we have enough people delivering? On it? Okay, beautiful. Anything else? Do we need anything? I just saw the Sign Up Genius, but I didn't check it.
Today's good. I think somebody signed up this morning to deliver next week, which is great. Thanks, Ian, for signing up for a bunch of pickups. But yeah, take a look. And we're not doing the seasons thing this year. We divided calendar into 3 different groups previously. I've only got through December on there now, but I'm going to put the rest of the year. Go ahead and commit to something to cost you. That's okay. And then you can do your life around it.
Adjust accordingly. Okay, beautiful. Like the dentist. Okay.
You stop and help pack, even if you didn't sign up to stop and help pack. We'll be there.
And then I just want to take a time out for this back table to introduce maybe Shoshana and some interactors. Hi. Okay.
I'm Sydney. I'm from Interact. I'll send that. Okay. I'm vice president, and then this is I'm the president of Interact, and my name is Tracy.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for coming.
How are you?
I'm Shoshana. I'm excited to have tonight Arts Arcana, around Arcana, and there's a lot of places open. This building will be a little more lively than usual. Tonight, we're staying open, and there's some music that hopefully will be fun happening out there. Caribbean Jazz out there, announcement of the new executive director of Main Street out there on Sunday. I know that we're excited to be trick-or-treat for our trunk or treat for Halloween.
Do you have enough trunks?
No, we don't have enough trunks. We need more trunks. We need to have pop-up that we use. They don't want to use their trunks. They just want to decorate a pop-up. It's just additional trick-or-treating. A Monday afternoon, open business times. So we take a little pressure off some things we having to provide so much business and also inviting the community to come jump in. So,
What time to what time?
3 to 6 on Halloween. yeah, our KWC.com, and good promotion. Fame, Vanessa, can I make it?
Yes, please.
So, since we have Gracie and Interact, there are also two of my leadership students. And next Friday is our Arcata High School coming to play football over at our home field now. It's here in Middle High. So we'll be at Middle next Friday night. The parade starts, I believe, around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And we did buy a big banner this year. So starting, I think, on Monday, they're going to put up a big banner that connects the Twitter feed and the hotel that was there. Encourage everybody to come out and see the parade and the game, and these kids have been working super hard to make this all happen. The other thing I will just pitch and get in touch with you if this is what you want to do. For the first time ever, the kids are going to have fireworks at their game. McKinleyville usually does, and Arcata has. So if you are at all interested in donating to the Arcata High halftime fireworks, so probably actually be after the national anthem. So let me know, we'll feature your business all over our social media accounts. So, but next Friday, Arcata High.
Craig. Thank you. Janice, if you're on the call, thank you for all these photographs.
Or the shooter. Well, this is the spot over here. Well, this is actually a collage of the 13 students that we hosted over the years. Arcata Sunrise has a long history of being involved in youth exchange. We started in 1992. We ran a youth exchange program continuously without break from 1992 until, it must have been 2015, pre-COVID. Just COVID shut the whole thing down because we couldn't travel. So we ran continuously, and there were actually 2 years we had 2 students. And it was partly we're enthusiastic about youth exchange, but partly when the committee went and interviewed at Arcata High, they said, you have to send these students. You have to do it. And so in that year, we hosted 2 students that year, Philip from Germany and Natalie from Chile. So people just have a history of stepping up. I mean, without host families, we don't have the program. But you know, our Vanessa wanted to talk about our involvement. And our involvement started. Harry Johnson came to me in 1998 and said, "You should be president next year. We want you to do it." It's kind of like, okay, you know. So anyway, I decided in for a penny, in for a pound. So I told Janice, I said, "Well, that means we're going to go to the district's assembly in April. We're going to go to the district's conference in May. We're going to go to the international convention in June. And we're going to have an exchange student." She said, "No." And usually once she throws the anchor out, you know, that's it, we're done. But somehow I prevailed. And we got a young man from France, Emilio. And we were untrained pretty much, and he was untrained. His Rotary Club in France, somebody got a wild hair and said, "Let's send us an exchange student." And he was the first exchange student they ever sent. So he was not very well oriented, but he got here, and our district committee, the hardest working committee in District 5130, does a fantastic job orienting host parents, counselors, and students about what their year is. We have a meeting just after the kids arrive. We orient the kids about what you need to know about, you know, surviving a year in Northern California. And the host parents, who want to come can get a great orientation on things you need to know. We have manuals for all this, you know, like the host parent manual, the counselor manual, the student manual, a resource for these kids, so they have some things they can rely on. And they know the rules of the game. I mean, the parents not so much, but the kids know the rules of the game. And they're here as visitors, and they have some fairly strict rules they have to abide by. And if they don't, there's occasions where somebody gets a plane ticket back home. I mean, people are people, you know, and that's kind of how things go. But it hasn't happened in our club. It's happened occasionally. After our first year of the student, both Janice and I advanced to being on the district committee. I was the youth exchange officer for the inbound students for 10 years, which means I did all the paper and I sourced the kids out to the clubs and took all the communications about what was going on, had a lot to do with training at district assemblies and these initial sessions we have with kids and parents. But anyway, the thing about it is you never know what you might learn, from somebody from another country. And it can be a pretty amazing journey. I could give anecdotes on every one of those students that we had, but I'll give you an example of one. We were, right when 9/11 happened, we had Philip from Germany in our house. And the whole thing was very traumatic for everybody in the country and all this was going on. And several days after, he was really disturbed by the patriotism that Americans showed. And so we got to have a good conversation about, why are you so upset about this? He says, oh, in Germany, we almost destroyed the world twice. It turns out the youth in Germany are carrying this huge burden that they can't get rid of, that, our country, so he says, if a bunch of people go this way, a bunch more people go that way. He says, we just don't, there's always a middle. You might hear about fringe groups in Germany, but they never really get any traction because they get overdone by people heading the other direction. They don't come to any, you're not going to see the Germans too much heading in any one direction because of their history. And you learn that about them. And we learned about things about Argentina. We learned things about, another thing is the contact with France. We were going to go to the International Convention in Barcelona. Janice and I took that as kind of an international convention excuse to travel. So when Emilio, who lived in Arles, France, I say Arles, they do that throat thing. But anyway, he found out we were coming. He said, you're coming to my house and I'm hosting you for a week. So we go down to Arles, France, and it's an old town, and they live in the old part of the city. They got a little 3-story apartment that's about 9 feet wide and goes straight up, and the streets are you all feel like you can touch the walls, and you walk the corner and buy your baguettes. And it has another anecdote about Emilio. We're showing him around town, we take him to Carson Manson. Here's an old building, and right in the middle of Arles is a Roman Colosseum. And the ruins of the Roman baths, which you can still see how it all went, where the water went, where people were, and there's a little bit of a remnants of the they call it the circus, where the chariots raced around the track, and all that's right in town, plus the ramparts from when it was, the Roman times. There's a wall. It was at one time a walled city, so the ramparts are still there. So yeah, here's Eureka Mansion. But anyway, what's made it successful is people say, yes, I'll do this. It's 3.5 months. They take up space in the bedroom, 1 bedroom. I always tell people we raised the exchange student just like we raised our boys. Janice did all the work and I mostly ignored them. but anyway, it's a great thing to do. It's a great experience. You will learn as much as they will learn if you do it. If we don't get exchange families, we just can't run this year. And the committee has to not select a student, and we just no inbound, no outbound. So we need people to step up and do it and say, yes, I'll take that young person coming from I'm not sure where, because they don't get searched out till later on. But anyway, I encourage you to consider it. It can change your life. It can change your view of the world in some different countries. So.
Thank you both. Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Fred. So please, if you are interested, planning has already started for 23-24, right? Yes. And we need to decide right now. So, say yes and cross your fingers and hopefully, And Claire's going to send out a survey, or I will send out a survey, either way.
Either way. Can we
Okay.
add a little bit, to the conversation? We had a wonderful pool of students between 3 plus. We interviewed 11 and 4 hours of interviewing and dinners and chocolate bars. And we all survived it, and they were fantastic. But it's a very hard decision because there are so many they're all really wonderful candidates and really motivated to go out in the world and learn more about culture. This is our pathway piece. This is why the state department has a youth exchange program. This
the time, so on Wednesday night, Brian and I, Brian and I did the parent interviews, and Ian, Tammy, Kevin, and Ava from the parent number and is anyone else there? Did the student interviews. So what I found is that, you know, Ian did such a great job in the night that the parents didn't really have any questions. We were just able to talk about, you know, what they wanted for their student out of Youth Exchange and how they were feeling about them going. They were very, very supportive and very supportive of the program. But I do think, I'm glad Ian kind of lit a fire into me last night, which I'm grateful for. So I'm reaching out to Darcy Robbins and saying, you know, what else can we do to connect with high school students and families? Because I think part of it is that a lot of us aren't in the high school community anymore. You know, my kids are all, you know, 20s and 30s now. So being able to connect with the local high schools, including, you know, some of the charter schools as well, would be very helpful, and just trying to build our network of families to host. It is an amazing experience. We've hosted exchange students. We just had Lonnie, who we hosted 8 years ago from Finland, came back and visited this September for a lovely visit with her, and she had 3 families to come back to, and she wasn't out her first student. So even if you aren't able to host, if you know someone that you might be interested, please just keep asking. You know, ask your friends, ask people who, you know, might have high school students and be interested in having, you know, another young person in the family. But, you know, I asked a friend of mine who's she's pretty much retired. They don't have children in their home, but she's interested very possibly. So I'm working on her. So you'd be surprised at who might be interested, and we would really appreciate any support you can
Even single, you know, single person
Yes.
students in those two.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and there can be a shared room as long as it's same sex. Correct? Yeah, it's the same gender. Yeah. So anyway, you know, it's a, you know, that's probably all I have to say. Any questions, please reach out to Ian. Ian's gonna chat a little bit too.
Actually, I don't have anything to add to that, other than Lazo did choose not to sleep in this morning, which is a big deal. So kind of I know that he has a great connection with his current host family, and I'm looking forward to his next connection. Maybe he has a few words to say about what it means to be hosted.
I wasn't gonna put you on the spot, but now you are.
As Ian saying, got a connection with my first host family, and each time Ian brings up my second host family, sometimes I get sad that I'll leave, but they say they'll be welcome anytime. So I'm excited to meet my new host family as well.
Cool. Okay. You're off the hook.